All right, welcome back, Shift Collective, to Tuesday the 3rd. Big old leg yesterday. Today's going to be a lot of arms. We're going to go full upper body day, a lot of push and pull. So we're going to be doing some benching, some pull-ups, and then some incline benching with some incline rows. Going to be a little bit different for you guys. As always, it's going to be kind of some options for you guys if you guys don't have dumbbells that are going to be challenging for you, or dumbbells at all, kettlebells, double pairs, whatever that may be. So I'll give you guys a little bit of, or a couple different ways to go about this, okay? So starting out with a warm up, we're gonna be going 4 sets. We got our classic face pull, which is really good for just kind of getting the upper back before we pull and the biceps opened up. Remember on this, we hang a band, something that's gonna be about forehead height, or usually I like to go just above the head. But this is a really good time to get kind of that mind-body connection so that we're trying to get our body to do a pulling motion without having the traps activated, and getting our scaps to learn to kind of roll and pull down like they need to. So as we go through this, we want to make sure, and I'll go from the back here, that the elbows come to kind of this parallel position with the floor, and we're doing that across the face pull idea. And so that this is parallel with the floor, as we get to the chin, we're gonna kind of think about pulling apart, which what that is as I pull apart, I'm actually gonna be squeezing my scaps and squeezing my scaps together, okay? So a big focus on that. We're going 30, then we're gonna do our 30-foot crab walk, really trying to open up as we walk backwards. For a lot of you guys who may not be able to walk, what I want you guys to do is get in that crab position, open your hips as high as you can, and just rock back and forth in that position and get that shoulder and pec opened up. Super important that we get that opened up so we get down to the bottom of a bench position. This is all open and mobile, and we're not going to create any issues and tension on the shoulders that's unneeded. That's going to lead to some achy shoulders in the future for you guys. From there, we're going to be going 30 shoulder taps in a plank. So we'll get in our regular plank, and we're just going to reach up and across and tap our shoulders. 4 sets, we got something to pull, we got something to open up for that push, we got something to kind of work on some stability and activation throughout that warm-up. Our bench workout today is going to be I guess it's not really a load per se. We're going to start off with a kind of a volume piece of a 10 to 1. We're going to be going for a 155 bench, 10 reps down to 1, and then strict pull-ups 1 up to 10. So what this will look like is we do 10 bench press. Now for that 155, this is somewhere around, probably for a lot of you guys, probably that 50 to 60, maybe even higher percentage rep range. But what is important here is that we need to be able and be confident to be able to do 10 unbroken reps to start. Okay, so that's kind of the important thing about the 155 and 105. For most guys, that's probably meaning that you bench somewhere at 225, 245 or more. And my ladies, it means you're probably benching like that 155, 165 or more, okay? But again, just as long as we're able to rep out for 10, and then 9 and 8, and then from there, probably that 765 or even that 876, you guys might have to break up, especially when we start adding the pull into it, and that's okay. But just know that kind of that 10, 9, 8 is hoping that we have the capacity to do that unbroken, okay? For our pull-ups, it goes 1 to 10. So we do 10 bench, 1 strict pull-up, 9 bench, 2 strict pull-ups, 8, 3, 6, 4, so on and so forth, and working our way till we get down to 1 bench press and 10 strict pull-ups, okay? Throughout this, kind of our goal is going to be in our bench, again, somewhere we can keep the bar moving at a decent pace. In the strict pull-ups, if you guys are able to do consecutive 1-rep stricts without crazy prolonged rests, let's say go for it. For a lot of you guys, it might be a good chance to, or a good opportunity, or a good scale for you guys to throw a band on there, just maybe a red or blue. If you know you can do like 1 rep at a time, but it's gonna go fast, add a band and really focus on that pull. Now, something I want you guys to understand with strict pull-ups, okay? For those of you guys who are gonna be doing these, there's 2 concepts to strict pull-ups, all right? One is correct and one is wrong. But for years, and especially when the kick and pull-up came out, a lot of people started doing this chin over the bar idea. And what that looks like in a pull-up is I do my pull-up, and at the very top, I'm just gonna put my chin over the bar, okay? And for a lot of reasons, that became competitive in CrossFit because of kipping pull-ups, and it qualified as a rep. So people would do a kip, they go, oh, just my chin, just my chin, just my chin. And that ends the pull-up actually here, okay? What we need to understand about this is this takes out all that lat and trap engagement scap engagement, the lat and scap engagement to pull down through the shoulders to really get strong here. So instead of putting the chin over the bar, what I want you guys to think about doing is hooking the bar under your chin. So we keep our head neutral here and I do a pull up. What I want to see is that when I clear, I'm pulling here. I'm going to pull the bar underneath my chin, which is going to get my back here. Instead of this is where I'm not really activating, I'm going to get here and have to squeeze through my lats and squeeze my scaps together to get that last couple inches. So what I want you guys to understand with this is that if we can't do that consecutively, add a band and do that. Add a band and get that full range, get that lat and scap engagement at the very top. That really hard piece for a lot of people. That piece where if you're weak, things like bar muscle ups or other higher progressive movements for a lot of people, or even just full upper body strength development within these movements is gonna be limited, okay? So again, not chin over the bar, but bar is gonna hook underneath the chin. From there, guys, classic scales. If you guys can't do the band, we're gonna go on to a ring row. And what we can do, guys, with a ring row or some variation of, is that if we're just doing a regular ring row leaning back and it's not that hard, try moving your feet out. If we can still do 10 unbroken and wanna make it more challenging, we can look to put our feet on top of a bench or on top of a chair, and that's gonna get us a little bit more vertical to where we're actually pulling a little bit more, kind of like a row, if you will. Again, we substitute a lot of barbell rows, so same idea, that ring row. It's gonna get us to engage our lats a lot more and really have to squeeze in. With that, range of motion. We need to be able to, with a neutral chest, bring the rings to our rib cage, okay? Not this, we're not gonna pull here and be like, oh, I'm gonna put my chest at it. So instead of bringing my chest to the rings, I'm gonna bring the rings to my chest. And that means that this stays neutral and locked down, and that final position is us pulling in. That might mean that we have to break up or even do 1 reps or walk our feet back a little bit, guys. We need to understand that range and actual development within strength, these movements, that's so proper for us to build on, okay? From there, 10 to 1, 1 to 10, we're gonna end off the day with 3 sets. We're gonna do a little bit more kind of volume for this. We're gonna be doing an incline bench. So what we need to do is, if you guys have a bench, we're gonna take this and I'm gonna stack it on some plates. Usually what we'll do is 2 blue plates or 2 45s. If you guys have black 45s, 2 45s, like that works. Something that's gonna pick this bench up just a little bit, okay? So what I'll do, and just for example, I'm gonna use 10s because I have them here quick, is I'm gonna take these, put them underneath, so it's gonna increase the angle of my bench a little bit. From there, we're gonna take dumbbells or kettlebells if you guys can. Either way, when we bring these up, we're gonna go through 14 dumbbell bench or kettlebell bench. We're gonna immediately flip over and we're gonna work on doing 14 rows or incline rows, okay? So what that's gonna look like, and this is gonna be a little bit different for you guys, but as we lay on here, we're not gonna be able to, for some of you guys, you're not gonna be able to get full range of motion here. So what we're gonna try to do is really just try to get down as far as we can and pin these up. And that's okay. What I'm looking for is you guys to get to the end range. So if we don't fully go down, that's okay. Again, if some of you guys have longer arms, that might be a problem with where your incline is. But what I'm gonna do again, let me grab my dandy 10s, is I'm gonna come on, I'm gonna go 14. So I'm gonna get these up, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm gonna drop them. I'm gonna immediately roll right over. I'm gonna get high up on the bench. And from here, I'm gonna pull in. And I'm just gonna focus on picking a weight that is challenging for the bench, and then the row is just gonna be immediate, okay? And I'm not gonna worry about changing out weight there. What I'm gonna do is just flip right over and go after it, okay? Again, if you can't extend your arms, if I had 2 45s, I probably could. So most of you guys might be okay, but if you can't, that's okay. Get as far as you can, and then the idea here is that we just pin them up against us as far as we can. So that full pulling range, okay? So I know it's a little bit longer video. I just want to explain a couple things there. We have the warm up, we got our bench and strict pull up, 10 to 1, 1 to 10. And then we're gonna go right into an incline for 14, flip over, 14 rows. We rest for 90 seconds, challenging load there. If you guys cannot do that with dumbbells or kettlebells, what I'm gonna encourage you guys to do is try to do a barbell. You might have to put this on your rack or on a rig, and that's okay. What we do is we just move the J-cups a little higher. We still stack the plates, do an incline bench, You're gonna have a little bit more of a transition here though, because you're gonna have to do an incline bench into a bent over barbell row. So you might have to bench, take the plates off, drop it, put the plates back on, and go right into an bent over barbell row from there, okay? Message me. I don't wanna make this video any longer than I need to. Message me if you guys have questions or need substitutions for that. Have fun with it. Legs are destroyed, mine are sore, upper body's gonna be destroyed after today, and Wednesday we'll have a nice little way to clean all that up for you guys. So have fun, happy Tuesday, get after it guys.